Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the second of two doubleheaders here. The final of the regular season here of live stream broadcast presented to you by Live Streaming Brisbane. Week 13 in Gridiron, Queensland here. We've just seen one of the men's games sorted here. 27-7 victory. The Brisbane Rhinos over the Gold Coast Stingrays. That locked them into the minor premiership and the number one seed heading into the playoffs. That means the Bayside Ravens finish as second and the Gold Coast Stingrays will finish at third. We'll take a look at the ladder heading into this week. So obviously the Rhinos push out to 18 points. The Ravens and Stingrays get locked at 14 points, so the Ravens having the head-to-head on the points differential, giving them second place. Now, this is a battle for fourth place. You see the Thunder currently, they own that based on all the tiebreakers right now. Obviously, a victory right now by the Bears would move them from fifth into fourth, and they'll be heading to the playoffs on their return season to Gridiron, Queensland in the men's division. The most interesting thing here is I'm led to believe the Vultures forfeited to the Raptors today. I'm not certain on that, but I did hear that, which would give the Vultures also the 2 points on the win here now. In the crazy situation where the Bears and Thunder were to tie this evening, that would actually send the Raptors through in the fourth position. That would be the craziest of instances. Now, it's a regular season, so there is no overtime or anything like that. It would end as a draw with both of those teams finishing on 5 points. And the Raptors finishing on 6. We'll worry about that if that becomes relevant. But right now, the winner of this game will claim the fourth and final position in the playoffs in the men's division here in Gridiron, Queensland, in the South East Queensland division. The Bears defending home turf. The Thunder stripped of 4 competition points, otherwise they would be resting easy tonight due to them legally playing a tier 1 or not declaring a tier 1 import, which cost them 4 competition points, and hence why they are fighting for their playoff future right now. But speaking to, I guess you could call him head coach, but at least starting quarterback and one of the key leaders in this team, Tommy Corwin, ahead of today's game, and he told me one thing. He goes, tonight's goal is 70-0. Bank it. A very confident guy for anyone who knows Tommy. He believes his team will get the job done and get the job done soundly. A 70-point victory is what he's guaranteed to me in our pre-game chat. They've understood the situation since they've lost their points, and they've gone on a bit of a tear. Just looking at their last couple of games, last week against the Vultures, 57-0. The Raptors before that, 62-8, 42-0, and they lost though in round 9 when they forfeited to the Brisbane Rhinos. Let's believe that was a bit of a strat forfeit, if you can call it such a thing. There was a change in location late, according to them, and they had a lot of players away on a whole bunch of different commitments and injuries. So they felt it was in their best interest to sit that one out, much to the distaste of not only the Brisbane Rhinos, but many of the former Stingrays, or we'll call them former GQ members in general, who thought that it was a bit poor form for the reigning champs to be forfeiting anything, especially when they felt like that team was capable of fielding a squad. Now, here's something interesting. The captains sent out for the Bears, they've only sent out 3 compared to the Thunder's 4. They've sent out Chris Bradshaw, Philip Carr, and number 44, Harley Baker. And I think all 3 of those captains, and they've sent out one of their injured players now. I'm not quite sure who that is to be certain. I think it's Christian Arnold. All 4 of those captains, and Christian Arnold obviously a honorary captain due to his injury, all 4 of those Bears were former Thunder players. That's a bit of a Jeff Fisher move. If anyone remembers when Jeff Fisher sent out all the players that were selected, I think in the RG3 trade way back in the day to Washington. So maybe a bit of mind games being played here by the Logan City Bears. All 4 of those players contributing last year to the Griffith Uni Thunder's first men's Sun Bowl. On the flip side, and this is a Thunder team I haven't actually had a proper look at in quite some time. All the way back in week 3 is the last time I called a game that had the men's Thunder in it. Out there for them, they got Cameron Smith, they got big Liam Hunter. I think that's Cameron Trago. And I think Daniel Raybold. The Bears won the toss. They've elected to defer their option to the second half. Naturally, the Thunder have taken the football. Bears, Thunder, 4th place, 5th, for a chance to compete for the big dance.
Let's go, boys! Let's go!
There you can see the home side, the Logan City Bears. They've been fired up all afternoon. They had a bit of a pep rally going in the corner of the field during the Rhinos and Stingrays game. The Thunder, much the same. I've been building it up all this afternoon. There's a bit of a grudge match here. Plenty of former Thunder players in this Logan City side. Fair bit of chat going on all the different socials. And with playoffs on the line, particularly for the Thunder, an opportunity for them to continue defending their championship reign, and for the Bears, a chance for them to jump into the playoffs on their first year back. Plenty on the line for both teams, plenty of confidence on the line. I'll say it again, Tommy Corwin, direct quote, 70-0 victory, bank it. Shane Prosser, still the starting quarterback for this team, and he's also now the official acting head coach as Carlos Williams takes a few weeks to handle some personal issues. Philip Carr will send this downfield. Garrett Griffith is back and healthy for the Thunder, and Sean Darty, the up back, grabs it and has found some space down the right-hand sideline, runs it out of bounds just shy of halfway. That's a great start for the defending champs. They'll have good field position there. Sean Darty, kick return, also likely starting running back for the Thunder. Field's dried out a fair bit here at Hyde Park, particularly after a full day of football on it. So plenty of dust, plenty of loose footing. You see the offensive line for the Thunder. Left tackle there is Ethan Grindle. Inside of him, left guard, Liam Hunter. Here's Tommy Corwin alone in the backfield. Tristan Back, the superstar wide receiver, is in the slot, and he gets the first target of the game, gets the first catch of the game, and it's a good 6-yard gain for the Thunder to start their night. Just a little out there, Darty outside of him. Darty playing the role of the modern day back there. You don't know whether he's going to be jumping into tailback, jumping in a slot, putting him on the outside. For anyone trying to count personnel, you never quite know what to call it because he's capable of playing all different positions. Right now, he's in a tailback. He'll pass protect as Corwin looks to the outside. The receiver has a catch and more, cuts it back inside, beats the defender. And with a good grab there, it's one of the young Colts. We'll have to try and find one of the team. He's not on the team list, nor is he on the Gridiron Queensland team list I had, just when I thought I was all over it. Let's see if I can get a call on anyone watching number 10. I do recognize the young man. Name is just not attaching to the number right about now. In any case, that was a first down catch. 2 players and a first down for the Thunder. Corwin gives it to Darty. Darty jumps up the right-hand side. Tom Ferguson, thank you, Amanda Ewers, having my back. Tom Ferguson, he is a Colt player playing up in the men's division, a former Bayside Raven. The audience has been bloody brilliant today every time I put out requests. I wonder if I can order like some KFC and get that delivered up here while I'm at it. On second down now, 2nd and 9. It's a play action pass. Corwin dropping back real deep, setting up a screen to cork it. And not enough blockers in front of him, taking him down there is the 49, Peter Jr. Jeremiah. No one fooled on that screen. You can see the linebackers flowing out to cork it immediately, and that'll set up a 3rd and 9. No gain on the catch. Third down and 9. Mike Jones in on offense, playing in the left slot. Ferguson outside him. Two receivers out very wide on the wide side of the field. Corwin alone the way he likes it. Throws it over the field off his back foot and looking for Corkett to lay out for it. No catch there. Corwin hit as he throws. Incomplete. That'll be fourth down. But likely territory for Corwin and his offense to go for it. Fourth down and 9. Ferguson to the left, they'll roll out right. Common theme today, they're throwing it to the end zone, looking for Mike Jones, and it actually hits Jonesy in the chest. And my former co-commentator can't bring it in. Turnover on downs for the first offensive possession for the Thunder. That was a beautiful pass on the move. Can't get much better than that. And Mike Jones knows he let one slip there. Good defensive stand from the Bears. 0-all. As the Thunder turn the ball over on downs. And now Shane Prosser. We'll see what he can do. And go into a hard trips formation. Three receivers out to the right. Gabriel Tinoco, one of those guys. He's the middle of those three wide receivers, and they'll hand this ball off. Maybe go back to the line of scrimmage. Taking that forward there is Fletcher Ryder, playing running back this week, former wide receiver. And I think the Bears will soon learn the proximity of the cameras here and their team huddles. Second down and 10. Prosser, three receivers out to the left now. That's the far side of the field. They'll give it to Ryder again. Good job cut behind the line of scrimmage. Shakes one defender. Can't beat back. Back takes him down. Gets him forward though, and that'll be about 4 yards. For Ryder, actually no, more than that. Just over 5 for the young back. Third down conversion attempt now for Logan City. Rowan Bull now on the field. He's in the right slot. And they might have grabbed him offside there with the hard count, and that should give them enough for the first. Oh no. Take that back. The Bears sideline celebrated, thinking they might have grabbed someone offside. My producer and camera operator Paul Mills seems to think that is the case, but they will be charged with the false start. That'll move them back and make this a 3rd and 9. Prosser, a lifetime left guard or tackle, moved to quarterback out of necessity this season, has proven that he can move the ball downfield with his arm. Posey now on the near side sideline, working on Tristan back. Under pressure is Prosser. He has to climb the pocket, trying to turn into a runner, but this defensive line completely smashes him. That is a combination of number 45 and the returning Bruce Pelusi, as well as Jordan Scanlon, forcing him in, out, and to the ground. Bruce wasn't there to start the season for the Thunder. He is now, in fact, something that Tommy Corman said to me, that he said He's got a team healthy for the first time this season. He said the first time that happened was about 2 weeks ago. They've returned to full health again here right in time for playoffs. Punting now, the first punt of the evening. It's also by Prosser, who proves he's got a not a bad punt on him either. And this goes out of bounds around the 32. To make that the 33. So 3 and out for Logan City on their first offensive possession. Here comes Coolman again. Found a bit of success underneath last time. Had an open man in the end zone in Jones, but he couldn't bring it in. Bit of confusion here for the Bears defense. Christian Arnold, the acting DC in place of Prosso, who's worrying about quarterbacking. He wanted a timeout. He had an animated chat not too long ago with his team. Now is forced to have another, using a team timeout to do so. Coming out of the timeout, 1st and 10 following the punt. To the Thunder, ball on the Thunder 33. Darty in the backfield. Showing blitz of the Bears, they send blitz. And that leaves Corey Jones open to the outside. Stiff arms the defender and fights his way for a first down. He gets it to the 45.
Get there, deep!
Both Jones twins have a target now. The last recipient of a catch, Corey Jones, now in the left slot. Return Ferguson also with a catch outside him. Jones looking for Ferguson again. Corwin, sorry, and then another good step here from Ferguson. Twice now he's managed to beat the first attempted tackler after making the catch. That time it's a first down grab for Ferguson. Young Colt doing a good job. They're giving him plenty of space on the outside. In the coverage there, Nigel Wank. And you can see him wearing the Thundercats on the back of his jersey. That's because the previous Colts team for the Thunder was a amalgamated team between the Thunder and the now defunct Wildcats, as this Thunder team in general really is. 1st down and 10. Corwin looks left and quickly changes to his right. And, whoa! I thought that was Corwin getting taken down. It's actually 2 linemen going at it. So nothing wrong with that. Pass completed out to the right hand, sideline to back. It's a good 6-yard gain. It'll set him up 2nd and 4. And that's number 44 on the field there. That's Harley Baker, who's missed a couple of weeks due to a fractured humerus, which I thought that would have taken him out a little bit longer, but he's a tough son of a gun, so I'm told. And I actually found out this afternoon he's a former bull rider. So, quite frankly, a fractured humerus is just another day in the office. Mike Jones in the left slot. He's looking that direction. Is Corwin now has to roll that way. Now he's looking for back in the end zone, I imagine. No, it's Jones again. The pass is way too long for either of the receivers, incomplete. And now we've got 3rd down, I would imagine. And now more and more this prediction of 70-0 goal from Tommy Corwin is maybe looking less and less likely. And look at all those gold cleats on the screen there. I'm trying to figure out who that is. I might have made mention of that last year. Oh, it's Dylan Harrison. Of course it is. The man knows how. He knows the rules. Look good, play good. And those size 27 feet, I bet. 3rd down. Darty will get the carry. He's still dancing. Did a good job evading as many tacklers as he could, and he's got 5 yards and a first down. Dare I say it, with the way the field is turning out here on its 4th game of football today, we're getting a bit of a dust bowl going on. I'll actually be able to say 2 yards in a cloud of dust and then actually be accurate. First down and 10, following Darty's 5-yard dart. Ball's around the 25. Ferguson in his bright fluoro yellow gloves. The widest of wide receivers, Mike Jones, playing the slot inside him. 3 wide receivers on the field. Darty is used as a fake. He's got a man open, wide open in fact. And that's Tristan back without a defender within 5 yards of him. And there is the first score this evening. No surprises. Tristan back, getting open downfield, acting like he's been there 1,000 times before. And you can just see the coverage mistake. Wenband was at safety. There must have been some sort of cover 2, maybe cover 3 there. The corner jumped on the inside route there, and Wenband had a lot of space he had to make up for. And Jonesy in now to serve as the kicker, and he adds the extra point. 7-0 Thunder over the Bears here at Hyde Park. And just take a look on the far side of the field. You see the corner. Whether he was supposed to follow him or not, we'll never be sure. But it did look like a possible cover 3. That could have been the quarter's duty there. All speculation, of course.
Defense, down there, defense, down there.
Let's go, boys. Put the lid on, come on.
It's your number.
See it, Alan.
Got this, Alan. Go, Jay.
Mike Jones just out of the extra point, back to kick this down field. Philip Carr and Gabriel Tinoco. To return, Philip Carr. Fields it on the one hop, sees nothing but black and red jerseys in front of him, but runs around them. And it's a defender who's on his knees who actually catches him off guard and takes him down. It's Ferguson on special teams there who makes the tackle. And that'll set up Logan City at the 32. Actually, 1, 2, 3, looking at the 34 to start this drive for the Bears, coming off a 3 and out on their opening possession. 7-0 Bears, looking to tie this back up. Prosser with Ryder flanking his right. 3 receivers out to the left. And Ryder's shot through a gap there. Grabs about 4 yards before he finally finds anyone on the defensive side of the ball, and that's a good play there on first down. Eventually, the first defender that does make contact is Cameron Smith, but not before Ryder's grabbed 8 yards. Back playing both ways. Now he's matched up with Stephen Soon. Near side to your screen. Tinoco in motion. And they'll use him on an end around, but Raybold does a good job pushing the offensive lineman back, and here comes Bruce Pelusi and company to take him down. Mitchell Rigby also in on the play. That'll make it a 3rd down. Just look at Raybold here, set the edge, doing a good job. Forcing Tinoco to stop and stutter, and the rest of his guys come here and finish the job. Worth noting, Tinoco, I believe, is all but locked in with the Rostock Griffins, I think I heard prior to the game. And the Griffins over there in Div 2 of Germany, in the German League, in the GFL, really starting to create a pipeline with a lot of the Australian players. A lot of Australian players have spent some time over in Rostock, including plenty of the Rhinos who played just a game ago. Prosser took too long in that last play. Couldn't get the playoff in time. That'll move him back. Moko called off the field, not happy about it, particularly as it's 3rd and long, and it's fair to say he's probably their best deep threat wide receiver. Third down and 9. Prosser, low snap, but he handles it nicely under pressure, but delivers a ball, and it's intercepted by the middle linebacker, shaking a tackle now and taking that forward, and still creating havoc is number 56, who's neither of my team lists. Amanda Ewers, I might need you again. But a takeaway here for this Griffith Uni defense. Couple of number changes, it would appear, since week 3. It'll be first down and 10, 7-0, already in the bank for the Thunder. A 10th of the way there of Corwin's goal for this evening, going deep, trying to make up some of that time, and it's Ferguson underneath it. A beautiful pass from Corwin, linking up with Ferguson, and that is a 30-yard beauty from Corwin. And we don't quite see the move on the outside from Ferguson, but you see the little shoulder fake from Corwin, who might have just got Ferguson all the space he needed. Jones nailed his first attempt in for PAT number 2. And the kick is up and good. 14-0 now for the Thunder, playing for a playoff position and a chance to defend their title in the postseason. Now I am getting suggestions that 56 might be Arthur Patelicea, and if I can't see a 43, I'll be tempted to believe that. 14-0 lead for the Thunder here in the first quarter.
Let's go, boys! Put a hand on someone now, have a go! Go! Let's go, Thunder!
Corin Tinoco back again, try to make something happen on special teams. And already a flag on the play, someone offside on the kickoff, or perhaps wasn't deep enough. This kick sails into the end zone, but we could be seeing a re-kick here. Waiting for the result of the flag here. It was thrown as soon as that ball was kicked, so to me that means either a kick, one of the kickoff team members was offside, or it was a situation where they were lined up too deep. There's a limit of how far deep the kickoff unit can run, and it looks like it will be offside. Well, he goes to like a bit of a false start symbol there, so I'm assuming again someone was just ahead of the kicker. All right, well, we've got a bunch of stuff going on here. They thought they were just going to take the 10-yard penalty now, and now they're taking the re-kick. Didn't quite get all of that communication there.
So the captain can say what they want before you can say anything. The captain's there, that's what the captain's saying. Can you ask me?
And apparently, the information I'm getting here is there was a bit of indecision between the captain and the head coach. The captain got the call in, and we've got another stoppage of play here. And now we've got a player with his mouth guard out, which means that that player is going to have to leave the field, and we're going to take another re-kick. It's number 22, Cameron Smith, on the far side of the field. Coming off the field, they'll replace him. I think Corey Jones now is coming on the field to take his position. So there's a maximum of 5 yards the kickoff team can be as far as run-ups go, and that's why Dave Hodkinson is back there making sure no one is beyond that. Kick is up, no flags as of yet, and this is a squib kick that goes out of bounds, so that'll be another penalty on the Thunder. So an opportunity here again, whether the Bears want to take another re-kick or whether they'll just take the field position.
Papa G.
So we're moving back another 10 yards. And right now, the Thunder is just gifting the Bears field position. And, well, despite how Gabriel Tinoco is still lined up quite deep, he's lined up around the 15. And now Mike Jones is somewhat attempting to keep this in bounds, and it actually isn't. Kept in it, no, it's Garrett Griffith laying a lick. Not a bad return that gets it close to halfway. Bringing that back for the Logan City Bears is Malachi Arthur, the upback. Tinoco was, well, I was hearing screams from the Bears sideline to let it go out again. It looks like we'll finally get back to our regular viewing schedule of football. Ball is marked at the 49. That's where the Bears will operate. A chance to go inside Thunder territory for the first time today, surely on the back end of the first quarter. One yard inside their own territory. We'll give it to Ryder. Ryder gets past the D-line, but he's got two linebackers that are waiting from there, and flags get thrown in towards the back end of the play. Brady Weef was in there, the veteran, making the tackle. If you didn't hear that, Cameron Smith pinged for a face mask. That'll be 15 yards. And once again, the Thunder just gifting opportunities here for Logan City. So first down now with the ball spotted at the 35. Bears will be disappointed if they can't come away with points here. Prosser with receivers to the left soon on a screen, but the give is to Reiter, who's doing a pretty good job this evening. Squirts through for a good couple of yards. Gets approximately 7 on that play. $14-0, Bears trying to strike back. Get this back to a one-possession game. Bunch of kickoff penalties followed by a face mask has led them to this position following a Ryder run most recently. Two on the backfield now, and whistles come in again. And, well, no, it just looks like they couldn't get the ball or the playoff in time. That'll be end of one. At the end of the first quarter, the Thunder lead the Bears 14-0. 2 touchdowns to the Griffith Uni lads, one of which a long pass to Tristan back, the other of which a 30-yard bomb to young Tom Ferguson. So Tom Corwin with 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter. Went 3 and out in the opening drive. This one a lot longer. And we'll see if they call false start or encroachment here on defense. The entire defensive line for the Thunder ended up moving. And this one goes against Griffith Uni, and that'll give the automatic first to Logan City. The penalties is the story of this drive. Discipline taking a tea break between the first and second quarter here for the Griffith Uni Thunder. 2 backs in the backfield. Prosser, that is Bradshaw as the fullback. He'll pass protect. Prosser gets this off to Posey, and Posey's got a grab near the first down marker and is stretched out, I think, for enough to move the chains. No, stopped a yard short. 2nd and 1. Houston back on the coverage. Second down and 1. Prosser keeping the same backs in the backfield. Bradshaw to his left. That's Ryder to his right. And now we might have a delay game. That we do. Prosser trying very hard to try and get the hard count at the expense of a delay of game. Second down and a long 6. Thunder showing blitz, have a bit of a stunt going on, and it's a run play here for Logan City. Produces about a yard. Now we've got 3rd and 5. Oh, 5.5, almost 6 in fact, probably a half a yard on that carry. Not a whole lot of passes. The last pass attempt thrown by Prosser was intercepted by a suspected Pateliceo in the number 56. They give it back to Ryder. Ryder can't find anything but a yard. And now it truly will be at 4th and 5. And Might have to see a timeout taken here by the Bears. Yep, it is taken by Logan City, who have had a bunch of personnel issues, so the Thunder will enjoy the water break and the Bears will try to sort out their dramas. They've gotten downfield by a couple of nice runs by Ryder, but otherwise it's been buoyed by the ill discipline of the Thunder. We saw in the first game the Stingrays happily abandoned their game plan of trying to run it down the runner's throat, and actually turns into their one touchdown scoring drive. The Bears might have to find a bit of courage here and find a way to put it in the air here on 4th down. I just don't think a Ryder run will get the job done here on 4th and 6. Low snap for Prosser. Prosser holds the pass. He probably holds it too long. Tried to get a pass to Posey, but it's well short of his target there. A turnover on downs. The offense right now for Logan City. A 3 and out, an intercept, and a turnover on downs. I think you have to find something to get a spark going for this offense. Meanwhile, the Griffithini Thunder finding their stride. Started off slow with a turnover on downs. Since then, a back-to-back touchdown. Tristan back and Tom Ferguson both through the air. Corwin starting to find his stride. Corwin, clean pocket, shoots a dart downfield, but to whom no one knows. It's over the head of Ferguson. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Bears defense looking all right. Had a rough outing last time. They're defending home turf here at Logan City against the Bayside Ravens. 73-0 that night ended. Darius Holiday and Miller rushing in 5 touchdowns on the ground in the first half alone. They would be the surprise packet if they can get into the playoffs. That would involve a win over the Bears this evening. Otherwise, if the Thunder make it in, you'll have what most people had as the favorite 4. And this is a fumble here, but it will be safely recovered by the Thunder. Darty had that ball just knocked out of his grasp there, and that would have been a huge chance for the defense. And it was actually big Dylan Harrison, usual offensive tackle, now playing a stand-up linebacker position. He just put a spin move on, and they got his big mitt in there, big paw at the ball, and he was strong enough to knock that ball free. His teammates could not recover though. Now we've got 3rd and almost 12. Jones and Ferguson, the receivers to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Tristan back on the left. He wants Ferguson. Ferguson will stretch out for it. And he walked out of bounds just shy of the 30. They needed to get to the 31 to convert. So Ferguson went out of bounds there at the 29. That'll be a couple of yards short here. And on 4th down, will they choose to punt? Instead, they'll take a timeout to have a think about it. So both teams using a timeout here in the first half. 2 left remaining. Both combatants. 14-0. 2 touchdowns in the air for the Thunder. Bears yet to get on the scoreboard. Daniel Wenban on the field there, the returning safety / linebacker here, who could actually also be playing a little bit of tight end tonight, but not sure. And it is Prosser as the quarterback of this team. Not that he's saying he's not doing a great job, but you just imagine how much more potent this offense could have been had either Carlos or Williams or even Christian Arnold managed to stay healthy there. Both of them, fair to say, a little more traditional athletes at the quarterback position. Christian Arnold. Played a fair bit of quarterback during his junior days with the Ravens. Fourth down now, and Corwin wants to pursue this 70-point target he set his team. He'll roll out to the left. Dottie's protecting him against Dunn, and Corwin shows a bit of toughness there, lowers the shoulder and gets the yardage needed. Just a season ago, no disrespect to the backfield for the Thunder, but Corwin was their primary rusher. And it was through little design plays like that, a couple of these deeper route concepts that had him rolling out, that gave him the option. These waggles, these rollouts, they gave him the option to run if necessary, and a lot of the time they ended like that, getting enough yards to get the job done. First down, they'll give back to Dottie, who finds plenty of space to the outside side, beats one bound to the edge. Now he's got the sideline a bit, and he steps out of bounds around the 40. Flags come flying from the middle of the field, though. Not sure what happened here. The flag was aimed to the middle of the field, though, so I don't know if there was a block in the back or anything. I can't see anything on the replay there. We'll have to wait and see what the situation was, but it's against the Thunder. Now it makes sense as to why I didn't see it. It was on the far side of the field. Tristan back, getting pinned for an illegal use of hands. Got to keep those hands away from the face mask. I think the time remaining in the in the first quarter, first half, second quarter, 8 minutes and 42 seconds. Dottie in a tailback. I think that is Corey Jones in the left slot. He'll be the target on this play, and a case of the dropsies. Pass was on target, he couldn't bring it in. Congratulations to Corey. First time he's been on live stream since being a married man. I think, matter of fact, I could be wrong here, but I think his wedding was a big part of why the forfeit took place for the Thunder. Obviously, his brother Mike and a couple of other Thunder members could not make it to the game because they were too busy celebrating that young man becoming a married man. Congratulations to Corey and his partner. Second down. They need about 8. They'll give to Dottie, but Dottie can't find any space. A good blitz there by Logan City. Ollie Baker, one of those, and I think the blitzing player was number 23, and Nigel Wank, the nickelback, doing a good job at stuffing the run. And it'll be a no gain on the play. Now we've got 3rd and 9. Corwin with Dottie. 3 receivers out to the left, though. Not looking anywhere but there, and it's caught underneath by Tristan Back, who's got enough speed to get the job done. Races Tinoco to the first down yard marker and gets the job done and dusted. Enough for the first down. This drive stays alive. First down and 10. Too many players on the field for Logan City. Thunder will try to get this off before he can get there, and they might have just done that. Whether that was the play or not, we won't know, but instead the Bears, to save themselves the penalty, might have just taken a timeout. That they did. That'll be their second of the half, leaving them with 1 remaining with approximately 7 minutes to go. And a bit of disarray amongst the teammates on the Bears sideline. No, check that. I must have missed one there from the Bears. That's apparently their third and final. No more timeouts remaining for Logan City. Thunder still have 2 in the bank. Just it's a bit of confusion over the non-verbal signaling for the Bears, creating some personnel issues. First down and 10, coming back out of the timeout the Bears used to avoid a penalty. Baker off the edge. He's trying to get into the backfield. He'll come in looking for the sack thrown. A hit as he's thrown, but he finds Corkett, does Corwin. And Corkett, Queensland tight end, steps back inside, but has got the first down. The chains keep on moving for Griffith Uni. I'm not sure if any quarterback in this division has as much success as Tommy Corwin with throwing off his back foot. Lined up in tight is Mike Jones. Ferguson with 1 touchdown. Out wide with the yellow gloves. Darty in the backfield. Bears rush 4. And they find an open man, which is Corkett, who can't bring it in. Dare I say, that pass was a lot easier than the last one he had to make. Incomplete. A couple of receivers now from the Thunder with just some careless drops. Both the Jones twins, now Robbie Corkett. That'll bring the Thunder to 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they need 10. Trips out to the left. They've got an RPO going on. They try to get Darty going. They're taking him down there is Malachi Arthur, one of the athletic players of this Logan City defense, and also getting past his blockers, Alex Tanjura. Shall I say Tangiura? One of those pronunciations will be close to correct. 14-0, the Thunder trying to extend their lead, but they've got a 3rd and long now. 3rd and 12. Tristan back. Matched up with Tinoco. Plenty of speed on the outside. Looking over the slant over the middle is Ferguson making a tight catch. Corwin threading the needle between 2 defenders. Corwin waited and waited. Didn't like the concept, but forced the pass in there anyway. Showing off his arm strength and accuracy. Look at that. Between Dunn and the safety, Michael Croft. Croft wearing number 14 through most of this season. Much the outside linebacker, I guess you could say, but he plays a bit more like a safety in space. Missed the last couple of live stream games for the Bears because he was off doing important stuff. I believe he's a lawyer by trade. And now Darty again getting another opportunity, but the Bears desperately trying to shut down this run game. Happily to commit a blitzer or 2. It'll be 2nd down following a 3-yard gain from Sean Darty. Tristan back, and Corkett to the right, and that's the direction they'll go. Tristan back on the quick out. Run out of bounds there from Gabriel Tinoco, and he'll be marked out of bounds around the 13, I believe. Came back after a season with Snow College. Most people usually stick around at college football as long as they can. He said he had his one season, and that was more than enough for him. He's got a successful entrepreneurial career back here in Australia that's doing very, very well. Hence why he felt no need to take advantage of the educational opportunities provided by football. He said he had his one season of fun playing collegiate football. He can call himself a college football player now, or a formal one, as Tommy Corwin takes it forward on the QB keeper. Now he can come back and play football for fun. Substitution here for the Bears. Coming off the field is Tengiura again. Back who just made the last catch. Same formation. Has space to move if he needs it, but Darty will take it. This carry will use a stiff arm to try and beat the first tackler, and flags the down. Ball is out, but whistles have been sounded. Logan City will continue to run via Harley Baker, but whistles have been sounded well and truly. I think it was number 45 who made the tackle. You see Harley Baker and company trying to get a convoy going downfield. Might have actually been the 49 one. LG is making the initial tackle. And there's been a host of number changes sent at me pre-game here, so the list isn't exactly in numerical order, so that might have been Jeremiah making the play. And yes, it was. Baker subs himself off. Ashford looks like he's jumping on for the Bears, number 78. And will be holding against the Thunder, so that'll wipe any progress Darty made. But more importantly, I think they're definitely suggesting the play was over before the ball came out, so no turnover on the play. The down will remain first down, will stay first and goal. But they'll move 10 yards back. The Bears getting clarification on the fumble situation. They are claiming forward progress was stopped in the case of Sean Duddy that before the ball came out. So no fumble on the play. Snap comes through, but the officials say hold up, and clarification being sent to the Thunder offense there. The play was never whistled in. Duddy in the backfield again with Corwin. Jones in the left slot. And they'll look to the outside. And I think that's Ferguson again, continuing his busy night. Wenban coming in at the sound of the whistle. No dramas there. And that'll get him a little closer back to the goal line. Stephen Soon on the tackle though. Inside the 10 now. They've got a second and goal from the 9. And Dottie will get the straightforward give and get some fantastic blocking, and his quickness does the rest. Third touchdown of the night for Griffith Uni, this time on the ground. Sean Dottie with a 9-yard scamper for a score. 20-0 now following the Dirty touchdown. It's 3 straight drives in a row for the Thunder offense. Finishing with a touchdown and an extra point attempt. This is one it pushes wider right though. That's Jones's first miss of the night. 20-0 the score remains following the Sean Duddy touchdown. I desperately look for some water. Apologies there for anyone listening. Plenty of dust being kicked up here at Hyde Park. Hopefully we have less dramas on the Thunder kickoff than we did last time. They did several restarts, several penalties. Tinoco can't field the kick cleanly, but has an opportunity now with a bit of space in front of him, but nothing but a red, white and black jerseys, but he finds space anyway. Flag's been thrown in at the end of the run. Finally whistles finish that play. Tinoco gets it around the 27. That's where the flags finish. And I'm seeing signs of a face mask here. There could be an extra 15 tacked on to the Bears, but all the penalties in the world don't matter if the Bears can't find a way to productively move this ball.
Linebackers on me!
Suspicions are confirmed there. 15 yards, face mask penalty on the Thunder. Should put him around the 45 approximately, and that is the 2-minute warning now. With 2 minutes remaining in the first half, the Thunder lead at 20-0. 3 touchdowns, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground. The Bears are yet to get on the scoreboard. Heath Cox, the young Colt, in the left slot. Brosser looks to the right though, trying to get it to Gabe. Incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Daniel Raybold jumping from his defensive end position to disrupt that screenplay. The player he thought he was well and truly retired got the call from Corwin a week away from the season saying, buddy, we need you. As did many of these veterans on this team. And that is the situation with Sun Bowls. The team gets one, and a lot of people think that's not a bad way to ride off into the sunset. 2nd and 10. Prussia. And might have a delay of the game. This will be the 3rd delay of game for Prosser in this offense here this first half. Now, I don't know if it's a situation there, if they're just genuinely taking too long, or if they're not getting adequate warnings there from the officials. Usually the officials will give them a heads up when there's at least 10 seconds remaining to go, and certainly starts urging them to get going once you're inside 5 seconds. There was an official named Ken, last name eludes me, but he used to have this old famous call I remember where he'd be speeded up, oh, let's go, let's go. And by then you knew you had less than 10 seconds to get the playoff. And the ball being moved to the left hash now. Don't know how that works out. In any case, 2nd down. The line of scrimmage now is set back around the 36 for the Bears. They fake any sort of end-around action, and eventually Scanlon and Brucey Palusi shut down Prosser for the second time this evening. And keeps the clock running. Thunder, no intention to use their timeouts. They have 2 of them remaining. Would have thought on third down, you use a timeout here, use a timeout on fourth down if they choose to run it. They show blitz, but only send 4. Prosser gets this pass away, and it was intended to the wide receiver on the left-hand side of the field, Heath Cox. It sails over his head, incomplete. That'll save the Thunder from using any of their final 2 timeouts. This will bring up 4th and long. The Bears are sitting on their punt unit, and the Thunder will have just under a minute, as well as 2 timeouts to try and add to the 20 points they've acquired here in the first half. Prosser will box kick this. It's still going downfield, but now it's out of bounds around the Thunder 40. So that's a punt of maybe about 19 yards there. And it's in reachable distance for the Thunder to add some points. Might not be 6, but it could be 3. .52 seconds, the official time remaining. First down and 10 for the Thunder. The ball is on the 43, their own 43. Jones, Ferguson, right side of the field. Back and Corkett to the left. No Darty, sorry, split out at wide receiver, and that was Corkett open over the middle, finding a seam between the safeties and behind the linebackers, but Gorman can't find him. Incomplete. Probably pushes us just under 50 seconds. Second down and 10. I wouldn't be surprised if they line up and run the exact same play. For the 5 wide, good pressure there off the edge. They didn't get the sack, but they got the incompletion, and this sideline is backfired up after Malachi Arthur gets in and causes a bit of pressure there on Corwin. They had 5 wide receivers. They didn't keep anyone into block other than the O-line. And the Bears took advantage via Malachi Arthur as soon as I put my teeth back in. Third down and 10. Back-to-back incomplete passes. Few ticks north of 40 seconds remaining in this half. Clock is stopped. Back running again. Third down and 10. Under pressure is Corwin again. Directing wide receivers. Finds Corey Jones, and more importantly, beyond the stick. So on third down and 10, after plenty of good work from the Bears, again, Malachi Arthur pressuring Corwin. It couldn't bring him down, though. Rolls him out to the right-hand side of the field. And a bit of chemistry shown there between Jones and Corwin. Gets them the first down, and now we've got a timeout there by the pass recipient in Jones here, and that should actually take out one of the 2 timeouts for Griffith. And 1 remaining left for Griffith. First down and 10 from around the Bears 45. Sitting around 30 seconds by the end of that play.
Black and orange.
No, I'm literally squatting down with the ball and he's here on me. I'm like, how can I see the ball between his legs? How does that happen?
Go, Dave.
That told me I'm looking
Coming out of the timeout, both teams look like they're ready to go again. And one more timeout left for Griffith Uni. Sitting around 30 seconds left in the first half. 20-0, the Thunder lead the Bears. Looking to add to that before we go to the break. Now we've got a trips bunch. Haven't seen this formation so far for the Thunder this evening. Corwin again flushed to the left. And now he's going deep for Tristan back, and he's got him. No, Tristan back. Can't hold on to it. He had him. It was a thing of beauty, that pass. And as he's trying to tuck the ball away, the comes dislodged. It's almost to the point that could have been a catch and fumble. And an uncharacteristic drop there from Tristan back. That's usually exactly how he likes them. And now probably looking at 20 and change in time remaining, a second down and 10. They have to get this ball closer to 10 to give Mike Jones a chance to add a field goal. Jones over the middle, but it's intercepted from Daniel Wenban. The former Wildcat picks off his former teammate, both at club and state. And the Corwin, he throws the pick and is the man to make the tackle there. And this is a huge boost here of confidence for the Logan City sideline. And much like Damian Malloy did for the Stingrays, they pick off what should be the final possession of the game. There'll be a couple ticks on the clock, and maybe the Bears will want to chuck a couple of Hail Marys downfield here, but that's a huge play done from Daniel Bam Bam Wenban. Now from the Thunder, 41, an opportunity here. They've got 5 wide receivers lined up. 4 to the right, 1 to the left. One receiver to the left is Troy Posey here. Prosser might have to deal with a bit of pressure in his face here. And he's sacked and loses the ball, and the Thunder recover. It's Daniel Raybold jumping on that. The Bears take the ball back, and the Thunder take the ball back right back. And that'll be the end of the game. End of the half, I should say, sorry. So a bit of another mental win for the Thunder. Just taking a bit of the sizzle out of that intercept from Daniel Wenban. That gave the opportunity to Logan City to try and set up for a bit of a Hail Mary to try and dig into this Thunder lead. But alas, the score remains the same. 20 points to 0. 2 touchdowns through the air for Tommy Corwin and 1 on the ground for Sean Darty to give them this 20-point lead over the home side, the Logan City Bears. The Bears desperately trying to hold on to their hope of a playoff football. The Thunder looking good right now in defending their title in the postseason. We'll take a break for halftime, and we'll be right back at the end of the break. All right, folks, welcome back. The teams are ready, back from the halftime break, and so are we. The Bears elected to defer their second half option, or defer their option to the second half, I should say. So now they will receive the football here to begin quarter number 3. The Thunder lead at 20 points to 0, 3 touchdowns in the first quarter. 3 touchdowns in the first half. First quarter saw 2 of them through the air. Darty scored 1 in quarter number 2. Philip Carr can't field this cleanly, gets it eventually. Looking for space on the outside, but Cameron Smith cycles him back to the inside. And now the rest of the troops amongst the host of Bears as well. take him down around the 24 to start quarter number 3 here in the battle for 4th place here. The Thunder have a pretty firm grip on it so far. Would need quite the mighty effort from the Bears here in quarters 3 and 4 to change the result right now. The Thunder looking like they might have done enough here to hold on to 4th spot. See on the screen, big number 50, Talafi Toyaki. First down and 10. And don't tell me we've got another delay of game. Saw 3 of these in the first half. And nope, too many players on the field. They broke with 12. That's one too many. So not a great start for the Bears offense here in half number 2. A run up the middle. I think that's Ryder again. The swarmy defense of the Thunder shuts that down real quick. Sorry, it was Posey getting a carry there. And I was just talking off air with producer and director Paul Mills about how Posey wasn't long ago that Posey had a dominant game playing at the running back position here at Hyde Park, and they need to find a way to get him involved because I don't think he even saw the ball in the first half. They tried to get him involved very early there, and now he is back at the running back position. And they'll give it to him immediately. Uses speed to get to the outside. And eventually taken down. As you can see, flag already thrown. See if this is on the offense. Yes, it is. False start. An illegal shift. Would have thought that's false start. On the Bears' other case, it'll move the offense backward. And they would have talked a lot about execution and cleaning up the errors and silliness in the first half. But it looks like a little bit's lingered here into quarter 3. There it is, getting confirmation. 5 men in the backfield. And following the good play there by the Thunder's defense, they declined that penalty. Now we've got 3rd and 21.
Here we go, River! 63, hold on!
Try to get him with a hard cat again. Prosser letting this fly over the top, trying to grab young Heath Cox, but on the coverage there is the other 85, Tristan Back for the Thunder, getting hand to football, and flags are down again. And looks like could be more of the same here for the Bears. The exact same penalty. And once again, the exact same decision from the Thunder. They'll decline that, given the incomplete pass, and now it'll be 4th down. More confusion on special teams, but they get it sorted. Chris Bradshaw, personal protector. Make sure everything in order. Prosser kicks this towards us in the booth. Gets around the 29. They'll mark it out at the 28-yard line. 38-yard line, sorry. Let's try that one more time. Make that the 33. Get there eventually. Too many lines on the field right now. Too late in the night. The Thunder well into Bears territory to start their first offensive drive of the second half. Ball on 39. I can finally confirm. Two in the backfield now. Raybold's at fullback. And he leaves for Darty, who finds some space towards the outside. One touchdown in the first half. And a good first down run here to open the second. Raybold playing some fullback. I believe that was part of the agreement. He's set to Corwin upon his return. Corwin finally paying that off. Might have actually, in fact, been a touchdown. They said they were going to try and get him a touchdown, so they might have a little more work to do yet. Fresh set of downs. Ball around the 24. Another give to Darty. They're going to keep action on the ground, and look at all those offensive linemen getting downfield. Stedman, Hunter, Pelusi, Raybold, a bunch of guys getting downfield in this offensive line. Wrong side of there, sorry, Tavita Moala, the center. A wrong play shoot. They've just run the exact same play 3 times, and all 3 times have led to success. Another fresh set of downs, and now we've got first down and goal inside the 10, maybe even inside the 5. No originality now. I think this is Thunder showing they believe they've done enough to get the victory. Now might be acutely aware of all the eyes are watching them, particularly the Brisbane Rhinos, who they'll be matched up against if they can claim the victory against the Bears here with 2 quarters of football to go. Tristan back lined up out wide. Caught a touchdown and dropped a touchdown in the first half. Darty again to this just lead out to the right. And they'll keep chugging along. Second down and goal from the 1. You'd think one more of those might be enough to do it unless this Bears defense wakes up a little. One and a half to go. Raybold gets directed to move up, and they'll give it to him. Can he get the touchdown he's yearned for his entire career? They'll say short. They've broken the man's heart. Tommy Corwin is doing everything to suggest they've got it. And, well, there's a bit of confusion now. I'm still confused whether that's a touchdown or not. I didn't see a touchdown signal from the far side. Corwin's still on the field, so I'm assuming I was correct in saying this was short. Still confusion going on about here, and just looking on replay here, it's a valiant effort from Raybold. To me, it looks like he gets over, but I'm a biased former fullback. I'll call all of those touchdowns. We have George Kittle in the NFL, the San Francisco 49ers tight end, declaring, I think it was October 13th or something, or October 28th, as the National Tight Ends Day. I'm sure National Fullbacks Day can't be too far away. Let's see if they go and run the exact same play that they do. Raybold gets it, and he gets it untouched. Has an opportunity to spike it as well. Daniel Raybold, he shared many a chat with me about that's all he's wanted. And he was disappointed last year when he thought he called it a career without achieving that goal. Will he's come back for one more season? And there it is. Thought he was denied a play ago. That time he gets it in with great blocking from his offensive line. And look at the determination on his face. Doesn't even want to crack a smile. I don't think he believes it's true. Mike Jones, his PAT is blocked. They can actually, that ball's still live. They could have returned that for 2 if someone was alert enough. Anyway, let's look again at Raybold's first career touchdown, to my knowledge at least. Look at Robbie Corker doing a great job on the outside as tight end. And there he is. And there's a little Raybold spike at the end. Congratulations to Daniel Raybold. I wouldn't be surprised if he retires tomorrow. Six possessions so far for the Thunder. 4 of those have ended with touchdowns. The other one a turnover and downs. The other one an interceptor before the end of the half. Daniel Wenban taking that away for Logan City. Meanwhile, for the Bears offense, not as pretty of a picture. Coming out of the half, they've punted, and before that they had a turnover, although that was the last play before the half, followed by a couple of back-to-back punts. Here goes Phil Carr. Another one of these former Thunder players gets run out of bounds around the 35. $26-0. The Bears are trying to make a dent in this lead. All right, a tight bunch now for the Bears. Haven't seen this formation yet. Twin sets both sides, but the receivers all lined up very close to the line of scrimmage. It was to try to get Ryder a bit of space to the outside. Cuts it inside. The attempted tackle of Tristan back before Pelusi takes him down from behind. Pelusi playing some outside linebacker, former defensive tackle, both at club and state level. Proving there he can go sideline to sideline. Gets enough of Ryder down there to take him down. 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8. Spread formation to receivers either side. Tanoko in the left slot. And it'll be some sort of little end around to soon. Doesn't work or amount to much. Flags down back at the line of scrimmage though. This one looks like it's going against the Thunder for an offside. I'll give him 5 yards there, and I'd love to see the penalty yardage right now. Fair bit of it against the Thunder. Something they'll need to work on should they make it to the playoffs. Ball's now just shy of the 40-yard line. Just about 4 yards to go to convert here on 2nd down. Ryder again. The carry bounces it immediately. He's got too many players in pursuit, so he cuts it back the other side of the field there. Tristan back, misses the tackle and he slides. He'd had plenty of space in front of him had he managed to keep his feet. Now I'm trying to align the ball to the first down marker. The Bears are adamant it's a first down. I suggest otherwise. It looks well short if you ask me. Did manage to grab a yard there, so now we've got a 3rd and 3. And perhaps just less than 3 yards to convert here. And figuring out what the situation is here. I think the Bears take a timeout. Well, I didn't see the team. I see the team charge timeout there, and I haven't seen the ball raised. So surely this isn't just a water break. It's not that hot. Paul, did you see what caused that break in play? It looks like it might be a Bears timeout. That's the way I'll mark it, at least. So 2 timeouts remaining for Logan City. Taking a timeout to have a think about this, a 3rd down conversion attempt. About 2.5 yards to convert here on 3rd down. 26-0. The Thunder currently lead the Bears. Bears trying to mount a desperate comeback. Trying to get him on the hard count. And they thought they might have had him, but we've got a false start, and I think it might be on the running back Ryder. Another 5 yards against the Bears, and that takes them out of the realm of using the hard count for a conversion attempt here. I mean, they could use it, but it's not going to get the automatic first for them. Showing blitz of the Thunder, and they've done it again. How could you fall for it? You know that's all they're trying to do. Matter of fact, it mattered for a fair bit of their offense. And now they've got a defender, and they're going to say it's going to be a false start here. I thought they've done the job. No, false start against the Bears again. I think at best they're getting about a 50% hit rate in this. Getting a 50% hit rate on this hard count, but it's not like the other 50%. No one's moving, and they just run the plays. It's 50% false starts, 50% encroachment, and that's probably if I'm being generous. 3rd down, double sticks. Cameron Smith suggesting he'll blitz. They only rush 4 though. Prosser loads up and looking for Stephen Soon, and Stephen Soon with a great catch right in front of me here, all the way down at the 43 of the Thunder. That's a good catch if you're asking me. But they've called it incomplete. I'm just putting it out there. I had a pretty good view of it from where I'm at. There's control of the ball. Oh, but they're saying his hand's on the line. That actually could be a really impressive call from the official. Let's just take a look here, and we're slowing it down beautifully. There's, well, no. Oh, geez, that's 50-50. You think he's got, depends on where you declare control. Now, we're going to keep it going and stop. I'm going to declare that he's got control there. The foot's on the ground, but perhaps the official's saying that his foot's gone up in the air at that point, and therefore no longer a catch. I would have been happy to call that a catch, but I can also see why that was deemed incomplete. But I'll tell you what, I'm leaning towards allowing that. That was a hell of an effort, and he did get a foot in bounds. Regardless, it is 4th down and long, and Prosser will punt this away. And this will be fielded by Garrett Griffith. Hadn't had to call his name too much today. He was probably back there to play safety more than actually be the designated punt returner. Safely fields it though and gets it back to the right side of halfway for the Thunder. That's where they'll start that drive. We've got to play it down for the Bears though. Injury timeout. I think it might be Baker.
Hey, Sue, where are you?
Stephen Soon getting dapped up. And now Chris Bradshaw's coming to the booth to try and figure out whether it was a catch or not. And we give him a non-committal answer and he shakes his head, walks back to the huddle. This is Harley Baker, I think, who's still down, not moving a whole lot. I do wonder if it's the possible fractured arm again. Generally those heal back a little stronger. It is Baker. And Baker gingerly walks to the sideline. That will likely be his night done. So first and 10 for the Thunder. The ball is smack bang on halfway. 50 yards to go to add to this 26-point lead.
Let's go, Dave!
The first drive of the second half was a Daniel Raybold touchdown from a yard out. It's a strong play-action pass going deep, not the prettiest of passes. And underneath it is Tinoco to bat it away. Did well to keep stride. First stride with back. Second down and 10 following the incomplete pass. And they'll pull a guard here, and Dottie will follow the lead and grab 5 yards on that second down run, and they'll set him up for 3rd and 5. Probably looking possibly closer to 3rd and 6, in fact. 6 yards to convert here. And it's an awkward exchange. Another play action pass here as they get Corkett on the crossing route, and Corkett's got enough of the first, spins out of a tackle, still breaking tackles as he crosses the 30 and takes it inside the 30, down around the 28. It's weird, that little fake they got going. I'm not sure if Pelusi is supposed to sort of sell the run fake a little bit more. He goes straight into pass protection. And no matter the case, they find a way to roll out and get the ball to Corkett. And does the rest for the first down. Ball's at the Bears at 28. Pelusi in a fullback. And they'll give him the carry, but he runs straight into the other big man in Harrison. And Harrison and Dunn shut him down. Second down and 10, low snap, handled well from Corwin. Short hitch route to the outside to back, but a nice tackle from Tinoco prevents it from adding any more than the yards made through the air. Third down now, 3rd and 6. Last third down conversion was the same distance. Hard play fake, and they went to Corkett on the crossing route. 26-0. Midway through the third quarter. Bears blitz, and they trust Pelusi to try and grab these 6 yards. He finds a bit of space on this play, and he might be just a couple of inches short, though. In fact, he's a full yard. He got it to the 20, needed to get it to the 18. Or thereabouts. See the yardage to go, and now it's a timeout taken by the Thunder, their first of the second half. Playoff positioning on the line here. Only one of these teams can make it. 26-0 the Thunder with one hand on it so far. You can see the ladder heading into it. The Rhinos won today, so that keeps them clear in number one position in the minor premiership with 18 points. The Ravens and Stingrays remain at 14. The Ravens have the tiebreaker over the Stingrays. They'll finish in second. The Stingrays finish in third, and right now we're seeing the Thunder take on the Bears, both on 4 points. A win to either team here, obviously, pushes them to 6 points and in fifth position. Worth noting, the Raptors did get a forfeit victory, I think, over the Vultures. I'm getting that confirmed. So the Raptors are also on 6 points, but both of these teams have the head-to-head tiebreaker against the Raptors. So only a tie could send the Raptors through to the playoffs. And that time, Tommy Corwin shows that he's also a master of the hard count. And on top of that, he went under center, and anyone who's been watching Gridiron at Queensland football or watching the Thunder play know that there's only one play when Tommy Corwin goes under center. He hates going under center. So if he goes under there, it's because he's trying to get a first down or a touchdown, and he used that to his advantage on this particular play. Now, I would have been surprised if he said to his offensive line, "Do not jump. We are not running a play. This is pure hard count. I will take the penalty if they don't fall for it." So that'll be an automatic first, 5 yards as well to the Thunder. 2.5 actually, half distance. Oh no, full 5 yards. What am I talking about? Pelusi in a fullback, but they'll give to Darty. This play won't matter. Probably wasn't whistled in again. And, well, I thought Baker might have been done for the night. Clearly he's had the magic sponge. He's back on the field now. Pelusi moves from left to right and full back. They might just load up and run right here, but no, they go left. A bit of misdirection here. And Darty shakes one tackle, but there's a whole herd of Bears there to take him down. And Darty's suggesting there was a face mask. Ashford isn't happy with it.
He had his helmet off while the play was live.
Well, now I'm hearing that we might have missed it on camera. I've been watching on camera here. One of the players has taken the helmet off to the situation. I think it might be Pelusi. If your helmet comes off while you're on the field, you have to take a play off. And that might bring us to the end of the third. So tempers are certainly starting to flare as this game gets further and further out of reach for the Bears. And the Thunder aren't doing any favours for this game to sort of keep the simmer to a minimal. 26-0 after 3. Just the one at a second half score so far, and that's to Griffith. It was a Ray Boulder rumble for a touchdown. The Bears are still talking about how, well, alleging that a Thunder player has taken the helmet off and thrown it or tried to slam another player with it, but obviously is a serious allegation. It certainly is at least a personal foul and an unsportsmanlike conduct. $26-0. Following all that drama. Corwin, oh my lord, more whistles. A flag's been thrown. Is it going to get picked up? I've heard a sorry, mate. Now the timeout looks like it's been taken here from the Bears. Can't confirm that. That leaves them with a 1. I'm not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen, who may be watching alongside me on the live stream, it's getting harder and harder to follow this game. There's constant stoppages for penalties, and both teams wanting clarification, allegations flying left, right, and centre. What I can confirm for you is the score is correct on the screen, 26-0. Thunder in possession. Top of the fourth quarter. Alright, looks like we're finally ready to resume play. Dottie's remained in the backfield. Mike Jones in the right slot. Ferguson, who I've been called here in the second half, out of wideout. Corwin under pressure, steps up, climbs the pocket, delivers a dart, and finds Mike Jones at the back of the end zone. But he might have had a foot out of, might have been out of bounds there. I didn't see a touchdown signal. And, well, the ball's getting it marked in there, so I don't think there's any dramas. Looks like we've got a score. A 2-point conversion now. They're not going to go for all of 1 point. Under pressure, Corwin throws immediately, and it's caught in the back corner of the end zone by Back. An impressive catch, keeping his feet in bounds. And that adds 2 points to the score. 34-0 now. The Thunder over the Bears. And there's the Mike Jones touchdown again. Let one drop in the first quarter. Doesn't let that one out of his mitts. And the Bears defense really has to tighten up here, and their offense has to put some points on the board here. One more score by the Thunder will push this into a running clock, and that will make the job close to impossible for the Bears. Yeah, there is a huddle happening here for the Bears, and they're clapping up something. Now, what I'm assuming they're having a bit of a chat there, talking about how they're going to finish this game. It sounded very positive there, talking about rotating players in. Now the Bears are going to take a timeout. Shane Prosser signaled timeout because it was told they were at risk of giving up a penalty. That wasn't officially. Okay, just confirming there that despite Prosser calling the timeout, they didn't actually charge it against him because I think they said that they were at risk of giving up a delay of game here. Again, just the awkwardness of this final quarter continues. 34-0 following a Mike Jones touchdown from Corwin. That's his third of the night. Drop shorter to Noko. Tanoko has an opportunity with a bit of space. Flags have been thrown. Whistles have been blown. What is going on? The play is still live. I thought I heard an inverted whistle. This is kind of ridiculous at this point. Tanoko spins out of another tackle. Now he's going the right side. Eventually taken down around the 45. But multiple flags have been thrown. A whistle was heard during that play. And I'll tell you what, this Bears sidelines managed to find some sort of energy again. I think they kind of reached past the threshold where they realized the situation at hand and they're just going out there to have some fun. Still 2 flags down there. Officials are still chatting up a storm. $34-0 the score. More and more looking like Thunder will take that 4th spot. Should that be the case, our top 4 is looking like the Rhinos at first, the Ravens at 2nd, Stingrays at 3rd, and then now the Thunder with one hand on that 4th spot. Also news in the women's division. I got confirmation this afternoon. It won't be like 2018. We will see all 4 women's teams competing in the playoffs at Sunshine Coast. Time's yet to be at least confirmed, but we're possibly looking at a 9 o'clock start for the number 1 ranked Thunder to take on the 4th ranked Moreton Bay Raptors. And 11 o'clock, we'll see the Ravens take on the Stingrays for a chance to progress into the Sun Bowl. The Stingrays desperately trying to get back into the Sun Bowl after 2 years away from it. And the Ravens looking to defend their title by staying in the playoff hunt. Colts division. As I'm looking at some of the scheduling now, day 1 on this Saturday. Yep, 9:30 is the official start time I've been given. First, 4th. That'll be Thunder taking on the Raptors, and you'll see 2 versus 3. As I said, the Ravens taking on the Stingrays in the women's division. Then we'll move on to the men's division on the Saturday at 2:30. We will see the 2 versus 3. So that'll be Ravens versus Stingrays, and then at 5:30 we will see the Rhinos take on the winner of this matchup. On day 2, it was the juniors and the Colts are the flavour of the day, starting at nice and early at 9 o'clock. We'll have a 2 versus 3 matchup. At 11:30 we'll see 1 versus 4 to round out the juniors division. Then the Colts will take the front, and at 2 o'clock we'll see 1 vs 4, and at 4:30 we'll see 2 versus 3 to wrap up the playoffs for 2019. And I still have no idea what's going on here, but a chat this long, it looks like there'll be multiple penalties enforced, plus sort of an awkward situation. I think the Bears will be keen to play this out. There is no running clock on the basis that there is not a 35-point spread right now. So when they go in a huddle like this, they all come in, they collaborate talking about what they saw and then double checking about how it needs to be enforced compared to what has been seen. The White Hat has the final decision and can overrule any of them, but obviously they try to work as a team. That's why in the NFL and college you'll see teams of officials constantly be sent to the same game together, so you start developing a bit of chemistry on who's watching what, and the interpretations stay they attempt to stay as consistent as possible. Well, we might be finally getting a decision. All right, there we go. So the decision is there was an illegal below the waist blocked on special teams. On special teams, you cannot cop block or you cannot block below the waist. That was called on the Bears, and there was a personal foul call against the Logan City Thunder. Both of those personal fouls offsetting. So for those newer to the game, they had that chat to just let us know that nothing changes. But it is part of the process of American football. It looks like we're getting a re-kick. Kickoffs have been such the drama point for this game. I think it was back in the second quarter. The Thunder gave up about 3 consecutive penalties on that. And now it rears its ugly head again on this kickoff. Tinoco had a good return. They didn't address the inverted whistle. Perhaps it just wasn't blown hard enough. And Jonesy's opted to kick this off the right hash. Tinoco's back deep to return, of course, with Philip Carr. And now he's changed his mind. Now he's going to move it to the middle. I'm calling shenanigans. I wonder if he'll go back and set it up to move to the left hash. Nope, he's happy with the middle. And they'll go for an onside kick, because why not? And this is not cleanly recovered by the Bears. The ball's still out. It's still out to this point. The ball was live. There was an early whistle there. It squirts out. And now we've got more frustration on both sides of the football. And I understand the referees are trying to blow it early there to try to avoid any extra contact. But the football comes squirting out. And now we've got tempers flaring on both sides. Let's take a look at it again. Now, well, obviously you don't have audio on replay. It was blown around here, the whistle, just hazarding a guess, because they thought that it would have been recovered by one of the teams at the bottom of the pile, but it comes squirting out. And the Bears eventually recover, but they'll blow it as if the Bears had possession at time of the whistle. And the Bears will jump back on offense. A touchdown here to try and prevent the running clock. And it's a change of quarterbacks. Wenban now jumping in, replacing Prosser. Wenban did mention to me a couple of weeks ago that he wanted to attempt to take the backup a quarterback role. And look, in his first career pass, looks like a natural. Delivers a blow out to number 18 there, and Rowan Boole, who I haven't called much today, and gets a first completion. All right, maybe the Bears have found something here. Probably a little too late, but hey, a bit of excitement now. Trips out to the left. Wenban, the usual hard-hitting safety, now taking snaps at quarterback. High snap, taken well. He's rolling out, delivering a ball down the field to nobody. Still finding his groove, I suppose. The pass, I guess, was intended to Posey. So after the incompletion, we've got third down, a completion on first down, incomplete second down. Now we've got 3rd and 4. First third down conversion attempt here for Wenban. He's dancing, he'll take it himself. He is an athlete. Took a pick in the first half, now he's running downfield. He's got the first down and plenty more after that. Not sure if that was the design to play, but Wenban, I think, might have decided that he was going to run that real quick. All right, first down and 10. First third down conversion checked off for Wenban. 8 minutes 30 remaining in the fourth quarter. That's good. 12, 14 yards from Wenban on the ground. First and 10 from around the 35. They'll give this to their first string running back, who can't find a whole lot of space at the line of scrimmage. Bounces it to the outside, and Fletcher Ryder gets taken down before making any yards. In fact, loses a yard or two. Corwin doesn't like something. He's remonstrating with the officials from his sideline. First down and 10. No, sorry, second and 10, my apologies. One not marked as a loss, but he, instead of no gain. And Garrett Griffith has been pinned for an unsportsmanlike conduct after the play, so that'll be 15 yards. Not afraid to speak his mind, Corwin nor Griffith. Sometimes that comes at the cost of a penalty. Wenban has got plenty of time. Looks for someone over the middle, almost intercepted. Pass was intended there to Sean Greenfield. Second and 10. Plenty of kids still playing in the playgrounds over here at Hyde Park. I'm sure it's well past their bedtime. 9:15 here local. Wenban has got time and delivers a pass downfield again between two receivers as Greenfield and Soon. Wenban, the former teammate to a lot of these guys, whether it's with the Wildcats or the Thunder, didn't play with the Thunder due to illness. He talked to me about it. I've spoken about it on air before. He had a Giardia infection during 2018, so pretty much took about a season and a half off. Couldn't contribute to the Thunder Sun Bowl last year, but knows a lot of these guys. Went to trainings and said obviously he has a Wildcat connection with all the guys. It almost feels like they're almost mush-rushing Wenban here. Seems like he's got a lot more time than, say, Shane Prosser did through 3 quarters of football. Wenban under pressure from Bruce Pelusi. Strikes over the middle. Actually had a receiver, and Posey goes off his hands though, and there is also flags down at the line of scrimmage. And it's offside on the defense there, so that'll grab him an extra 5 yards and make this third down a little easier. 3rd and 5 now. .6:37 remaining in this game. Steven Soon in the slot. Wenban with Ryder behind him. And Wenban holds it low. Oh, and cops a shot maybe scratch that thought of his old teammates much rushing him there. Pelusi absolutely levels him, and Wenban is still down. Hasn't moved. He might even be unconscious. And you can quickly see Mike Jones, a good friend of Daniel, immediately going to see if he's okay. Just completely blindsided. Scanlon turned Wenban around. And now he's up and moving, ladies and gentlemen. So that's good news, but might be the best idea for him to just take a couple plays out and maybe even take a bench seat for the rest of this game. And he's been marked down here, so at the very least he has to come off for a play, and I think it's probably in his best interest to get a bit of a head injury assessment as well. And he's clapped off to not only his teammate but the Thunder as well, so Prosser will come back in probably to finish this game out with just about a couple ticks north of 5 minutes remaining. Greenfield in the left slot with Sue next to him. Laidlaw, the young Colt, who actually made quite a few catches, I think against the Stingrays a couple of weeks ago on the field. Prosser's under pressure, rolls to his left now, evading it. Now he'll just turn into a ball carrier. He's got plenty of space. Will he just truck his way for a touchdown? Yes, he will. The Bears will not be shut out on their final regular season game for 2019. Through an impressive run through Shane Prosser, they get on the scoreboard. Oh, hold the phone. It's not Prosser. I thought it was Prosser in the 58. It's actually number 59. That's Corey Chaffee. Is it? I'm trying to see if that's a 59 or a 58. No, it is a 58. I was right. Prosser. Call is not wasted. I was accurate. Proved against the Ravens that he had a fair bit of wheels. Shows it off again. 6 points on the board for the Bears. Now a 2-point conversion attempt to come. And they'll hand it off to Ryder, and Ryder will also add the extras. So a positive note to finish here with the Bears. Of course, there's still a bit of football to play. Let's take a look at this touchdown again. They come flying at him like absolute missiles, and he just... Because of that, they give up the contain, and Prosser just has enough pace to take advantage of it. Dare say it reminds me of, I think it was Tebow versus Pittsburgh back during Tebow Mania, where I know it was against the Jets, and they've sent a complete blitz at him, not thinking to get the pass done, but they gave up contain, and Tebow took it in from 20 yards plus. Just had a little flashbacks there from the British lineman turned quarterback. The Bristol Academy product. They worked probably more on his run and pass blocking. I don't think they taught him that, though. That might be all at Shane Prosser. 34-8. So for anyone here who's hoping for an early night out, that's going to be delayed that little bit more now. The 35-point spread is pushed away following that Prosser touchdown. They might even go for an onside kick here. Needs to go 10. And they won't go for the onside kick. They'll bomb it deep to Darty. Darty's got back with him, but he'll run away from him. Looking for a space down the left-hand sideline. And will run this out of bounds to his teammates. And now the Thunder will jump back on the field. A little measure of revenge for the Bears on that last offensive drive here. The Thunder was aiming for 70-0. At best, they'll have to settle for 34-8. As of right now, they'll try to crack the 40-burger here on possibly the last offensive possession of the game. Probably looking around at most 4 minutes remaining. Corwin, 2 receivers out to the left. Momentum in the Bears side for now, and back can't bring it in. No, it's Ferguson. Now I think all the starting wide receivers for the Thunder have dropped the pass tonight. And it looks like Winban's on okay. He actually was on there for a defensive snap then. A bunch of people running off the field for the Bears. Now you got Choffy back at safety. Big man playing a couple of deep snaps. They're going to go underneath the Corkett. Corkett versus Tinoco. Cuts inside to him and uses that big frame to stretch forward for a first down.
I'm ready to go, coach. How hard do I have to try? Ready to go, coach.
First down and 10 following the Corkett reception. Trips left. Ferguson with a touchdown earlier in the game, alone to the right. Dottie's in the backfield. 3 down linemen, but they send 5 the Bears. And Ferguson grabs the catch, uses a stiff arm on Greenfield. And that'll be a good 5 or 6 yards in that reception. Second and 5. Now Tristan back switches over to the right side of the field. Jones in at the left slot. Corkett in a tight end with Dottie in the backfield. Harley comes around the edge and it's a completion to back. Tinoco with the tackle. Third down and 2. Third down and 2 here for the Thunder, who are just taking care of business now. 34 points to 8 late in the fourth quarter. Have all but locked up a spot here in the 2019 playoffs. They'll give to Dottie. He's untouched for 3 yards. Now he's got plenty more following the block of Jones and takes this out of bounds near the Logan City 30. Ball now spotted at the 29. Thunder happy to just keep this clock ticking along. First down and 10 from the 29. Blitz now here from the Bears, won't get there though, but neither will the pass off the hands of Corkett. Incomplete, and that'll make it a second down. That was just more on what Corwin said. Coming off the forfeit and then knowing that they needed a strong finish, especially after the 4 competition points taken off them, they knew they had to finish strong, and the team set a goal of outscoring opponents 210-0 for the last 3 games. So they would have needed an average of 70 points per game. They didn't quite get there. They expected to get close with this game. They did get awfully close leading into this game. As I said, 42-0, 62-8, 57-0. But the Bears have certainly stopped them short of their target tonight. Ferguson the target on that last pass, and now we've got third down and 10. All right, third down and 10. Bears with 3 players with their hands in the dirt, but they send 5 again. Matter of fact, they might have even sent 6. Corwin's running. He's running hard and cops a shot right on the sideline. I don't see anything being wrong with that. Malachi Arthur, a popular player on this team, lowers the boom. And there mightn't have been anything wrong with the hit, but there was certainly something wrong with the chat afterwards. The late flags in well after the play's over. More delays to this game. And looks like this is against the Thunder. So that run from Corwin negated. I think I heard 34. Raybold given an unsportsmanlike conduct there. That's the second for the Thunder. One for Griffith earlier, and this one Raybold joins the USC list. That's 15 yards. Trips right again for the Thunder. Corkett, Jones, and back. Roll out to the right, throwing it back over to the backside wide receiver, which was Ferguson. Falls short of him, though, incomplete. And now the Thunder might send on and get their punt unit ready. The chat is certainly flying viciously between the two teams. You can see Liam Hunter having a chat with a white hat. He's not happy with something. Gelhausen, who's, whilst the player is obviously a veteran presence and a senior presence on this Thunder team, is trying to get his team back in order and making sure all of them can play next week. The last thing you'd want is a suspension potentially going on. Kelvin still, all these years, wearing the cowboy neck roll. Times like this is where you want Hollywood around, because this is where he does his little voiceover bit, little NFL voiceover. Obviously, we don't have, not privy to the chat going on between the staff and the officials. Flags down. 34-8, dying minutes of the final game of the Gridiron Queensland regular season. Not just in the men's division, but the final game of the regular season of 2019 here in Gridiron, Queensland. And whatever the other flag was, looks like they're going to wave it off. And somehow there's a turnover of downs amongst all that. Cristiano would have been snoozing on the down counter. First down and 10 now. The Bears offense back on the field. And I think Wenban might be getting another opportunity. Trying to see who's the quarterback. It is Wenban. Copped one hell of a lick from Bruce Belusi earlier. Clearly okay. Passed all the necessary tests, and he's back ready to throw another couple of passes. Assuming the officials might be here to talk about whether they want to continue with this game or at least have the two captains sort of calm their teams down. There's Cameron Smith out there. The officials are getting just as much airtime as the players tonight, with all the penalties flying left, right, and centre. Whatever the case, it looks like we're ready to play football again. Surely close to the 2-minute warning. Play getting whistled in. Looks like there's more stuff to be handled. Okay, I might take a little break there, guys. We'll let the officials do their thing, and we'll be back very shortly. All right, back. The Bears took a timeout because YOLO. First down and 10. Wenban back to continue his first game at quarterback, or first quarter, and he cops another shot after he delivers the ball, almost throwing an interception on that play. I'll make it a 2nd and 10. Incomplete on first down. Finally back into football. Second and 10. I'm guessing they'll continue to air this out. We're about a real quarterback experience here. Heath Cox in at the left slot. Drop here, and a nice little sidearm Phillip Rivers-esque pass from Wenban. Hits his target in Heath Cox right in the chest, but he can't bring it in. Not the only receiver tonight to drop one, though. 3rd down and 10. Now I'm hearing the Bears coaching staff just trying to get everyone to run on, even if it's at their favoured position or not. Wenban still resumes a quarterback. Spread formation. And it's a designed QB run. Tries to stiff arm the tackler and Cameron Smith. Unsuccessfully though. Now we've got a 4th down, and let's see if the Bears choose to go for it. And we get the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes remaining in the GQ 2019 regular season. Fourth down now, and the Bears aren't going to punt this away. They're going to try and make a play here. 34-8. Bears last team to score through a Shane Prosser rumbling and stumbling around. A chance here for a 4th down conversion. And throwing downfield. It's actually a beautiful spiral. Well, he's got the technique down, Pat. Just needs to work on the accuracy. There'll be a turnover on downs there for Daniel Wemban and his offense. And now the Thunder will have their offense close out this game. All right, 1st down and 10. Logan City have only got, well, I think that was their 3rd and final. They've got no timeouts, Logan City, so the Thunder could just kneel this out if they wanted to. They might just run 1 or 2 more players, try and hit the 40-burger. And it looks like they'll be taking a knee. The officials have come well and truly in, and that's what we'll see. A couple more of those, and we'll be on our way to Sunshine Coast and Sunshine Coast Stadium for the 2019 Gridiron Queensland playoffs. Roster's just suggested we end it right now, but the officials are insisting we'll go through protocol and wait for this game to hit 000. And we might be just 1 more kneel away. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Thunder have earned themselves the 4th seed going into the 2019 men's division playoffs. 34 points to 8 over the Logan City Bears. And that wraps up the 2019 regular season. We're on to the Sunshine Coast for post-season football. If you've joined us all the way throughout the end of this game, especially if you watched the game before us, I want to thank you. That was a bit of a mission. Let's not beat around the bush. And I very much thank your company and hope we get it next week at the Sunshine Coast and 2 weeks following that for the Sun Bowl at Dolphin Oval, Redcliffe. I'm Kenny Andres, and alongside live streaming Brisbane, I want to thank you for joining us, and we hope to see and have your company over the next 3 weeks.